We're the indie project Bea and Theo, and we've been living and travelling the world in vans for the past 6 years. We're currently renovating an abandoned stone barn in Portugal to turn into a beautiful tiny home for us and our cats Gingy Bear and Fernando. Follow our journey from the very beginning as we document the whole process of creating an off-grid home. Good morning and welcome back to a brand new video. I've got paintbrush in hand because I've got some painting to do, which is my absolute favourite thing. It is a gorgeous day for it, so I imagine the paint's going to dry super fast, which will be very helpful because then that means we can finish what we need to.
So the first thing to get on with this morning is to get these boards painted up. These are the final boards to go on the wall for the siding, and you can see here I've just cut them to the angle of the roof and they look really smart, and Bea's going to jump in now and get these painted because she's the expert painter. I don't like painting.
Neither do I.
Bea absolutely loves it, as you can hear. But it's only 3 boards and you'll be done in literally like 15 minutes. And then we can finish this whole siding, which is just going to make a difference having it completed, and then we can move on to the next task in hand.
Stories turn the page, another day's begun. Silly voices bring to life the characters you want. And when you smile, it's like my bitter world will be fine for a while.
The paint dries off so quickly in this heat. It's currently 34 degrees, it's blistering hot. I'm sweating like crazy, but this is the last board to go in. Looks a bit like a rifle or something, but I know that putting this last board on is going to complete this wall. It's looking so good already.
When you laugh, I come alive. I'll be that old oak tree whose branches will.
So that's the last little bit of rebar out. And now I can get the impact driver, take the screws out of the form, and then it should come away from the concrete pad nice and easily if I've done it correctly. So we shall see, but it looks like it's dried really nicely. I'm currently standing on it, it's perfectly fine. It's been 48 hours, so we'll leave it a little while before the water tank goes on there, make sure it's fully cured. But we haven't got the water tank yet. It's currently Friday. They said it'd turn up this week and it hasn't, so you know, we'll just hang around. Hopefully next week it will turn up and we can get that on and start the plumbing process. So that's it, the concrete slab is now finished. Super stoked with how it went, considering that's my first concrete slab I've ever laid. It's come out perfectly, so lots of research and the preparation, like I said, was the key. It's all come out perfectly. I've just been round and I've packed all of the dirt around the slab. I've left a couple of inches so the dirt is below the slab, so all of the drainage will go off and won't run over the slab. And yeah, we can put the water tank on it as soon as it arrives. I'm not going to fill it up for at least a week, 10 days to make sure everything's completely cured. But yeah, another good job done.
We have just been doing so much building lately, and actually one type of building that you can do that requires zero physical effort is building your own website, and that's where Squarespace comes in, who is today's sponsor. So if you don't know what Squarespace is, it's a fantastic online platform where you can build and design your very own website. No experience necessary. I really enjoy the interface on Squarespace. You start off by choosing a theme that you like the look of. They have loads for you to choose from and they are completely customizable. They have drag and drop features where you can add or remove certain things in there. We have a blog, a podcast, a shop, even a newsletter on our website. It's so handy having everything all in one place. Other fantastic features on Squarespace include the logo builder, which just takes a load of hassle off your hands and gives you a professional looking logo in minutes, as well as the back-end information, such as being able to look at the analytics, where people are coming from and whether they're signing up to your newsletter. If you'd like to try out Squarespace, all you need to do is click the link in our description or head to squarespace.com/indieproject for a 2-week free trial to get to grips with everything and try it all out, and then a 10% discount off your first purchase of a website or a domain using code IndieProject. I really hope that you enjoy using Squarespace just as much as we do. So it's now too hot to continue working, so we thought the best thing to do is come to our favourite place to cool down, and that is the old lake. And it's actually getting a lot warmer in the water. The last time we came, it's still fresh, but it's nowhere near as freezing as it can be. And the water level is still incredibly low. It's not going to be getting any higher now. So I'm just walking for what feels like eternity to get to the shore.
So good. It's the warmest it's been in a long time.
Is it?
34 degrees outside temperature, and we didn't bring the thermometer, because there was a snake on it in our pool. So yeah, we left the snake to live in the pool for a little bit until we clean it out again. But this is just glorious. I'd say the lake temperature is probably like around 20, 22, 23.
Wow.
It's not bad at all.
This is so nice. Oh, I just touched a really warm bit of water then. This is just perfect. It's just what you need when it's this hot to bring your body temperature down. It feels glorious, really nice. And there's loads of fishes around today, which we don't usually see that many fish, but in this area that we've come to, there's all different sizes and some of them are about this big, which is pretty cool.
I'm 100% gonna have to bring my underwater drone next time we come here and see what I can find under the surface of the water, because I imagine there's some pretty cool fish lurking in here. And before, I've seen some really big carp from the surface. So yeah, I'll definitely bring the underwater drone and see what we can find.
It's cooler weather today, so you can probably hear the dawn chorus of the old strimmers. And actually I forgot to say in the last video how many mixes it was, and it was 10.5. So Ricky was the winner and me and Theo were pretty out actually. But either way, today is another day of getting stuff done, and I'm really excited because we've got something here that I've been waiting for a long time, and it's finally here. So now we need to put it together.
So B's getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. You can see down here in this big box, we have in fact had our shed arrive, which is very exciting, and we're very excited to erect it. But we do in fact have to do all of the groundwork for this shed to sit on.
And this polytunnel thing here has actually been really good, but we're no longer going to need it. It is an actual sauna, especially on the hot days, and I want to repurpose it for my garden in the future. It's still in really good condition, and we also don't want to have it up, especially the cover, during the summer, because I've got a feeling the summer sun will absolutely annihilate it.
So it may not look like much, but this area is actually fairly perfect for the shed to go, because we've got the protection from the trees. It's not the windiest place in this area because it is protected on most of the sides from the trees. The only problem we've got is the area is not flat whatsoever, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to get the tractor out and do some groundwork here to get it nice and flat, ready for the shed. I'm just relocating all of these lovely dry pine cones that my parents picked when they were here. These are going to be brilliant when we come into winter, and we can use them as fire starters because they're so dry and they go up like anything. Yeah, so this will be 2 meters, the 3 meter length here.
Yeah.
Right here. Because we're talking 2.4, aren't we?
Yeah.
2.4 is to there. That's perfect.
that knows you're the one for me.
So we got this nice oak tree here, but some of the branches are growing almost downwards into the ground, so they need a little bit of care. So what I'm doing is just chopping the lower branches off. And the good thing is the goats absolutely love these leaves. Look at all that goat food right there. They are helping us massively to clear the property.
While the world's fleeing, you're all I'm needing. No, there's nothing you could do to lose my love. Even over bad days, leaning on the good things. As sure as the moon falls, sure as the sun rises, my heart is set on you. Oh, my heart is set on you. No matter what you do, still my heart is set on you. Yeah.
So I have just, you can see there behind me, scooped up all of the leaves and stuff. We're going to put that in our compost heap because it's perfect for composting. I think it might end up being 2 trips because over here was a really lovely build-up of oak leaves, pine needles, random bits of foliage and natural compost, but it's perfect for that. So I've done one scoop. I've done one go over the ground. I'm going to do another go. Theo will come back, I reckon 2, and it'll be perfect. Then we need to start putting the stuff down that's going to be there for the shed to go on. And we decided to get this shed for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's going to be way more secure than this. And number 2, when this is gone, because all that's going to be in here and this has been taken down, we can then build a carport so we can have the tractor, the car, the truck, all under there, out of the sun and out of the rain in the winter. So that's going to be absolutely perfect. Theo's back so we can load up the second batch. There isn't as much, but I just thought, seeing as we've got the tractor here and we can take it all up, we may as well just get all of this bits here and the little pile there and stuff and take that up to the compost heap because it's perfect for that, really. That's what it's for. And any excuse for Theo to drive the tractor more, you know, I haven't got to tell him twice.
Got a way of keeping me up most nights. It's always worth the sleep I sacrifice. And love is too precious to trade for rested eyes.
Some of you guys might remember back to the start of the renovation when we ripped the whole roof off to replace it with nice wooden beams. Well, the original roof before we started was made out of these concrete beams. Well, that's not the original roof. This barn's well over 100 years old. It's had many different roofs, and the original roof would have been made out of eucalyptus beams that they would have foraged from around the area. But we have these at our disposal, and I haven't found anything that I've needed to use them for, but I didn't want to get rid of them because it just seems a waste, and we like to reuse as much stuff as we can. So what we're going to do is load these up in a tractor, take them over to the area that needs levelling, and we're going to use them to kind of build up the area because there's a big ditch and we've got quite a lot to fill, and luckily we've got quite a lot of these concrete beams, so I'm going to go get on with that now.
Might sound a bit weird, but I've always liked how Theo stacked these when the roof did get pulled down because it just looks very satisfying, orderly rows. I've always dreaded accidentally dropping something down the centre because you're not going to be getting that out until today when we were taking it all apart, but these are going to be absolutely perfect for the job.
Well, I don't know how you feel the air in your lungs, 'cause you could talk your way around the big.
We've marked out with rebar where the rough area is going to be of the slab, so yeah, we just need to rough it all out.
The slab.
Get this, yeah, it's not a slab. I don't know what you'd call it. It is kind of like
Hard footing.
a gravel hardcore area. But anyway, yeah, I'm just going to put these in where I need them. These are super strong, they got rebar inside them, and this will be great.
When the words run out along with our old age, I still hear you in many other ways. And if I fall blind, I will see you the same. I will always find a way to love you, babe. I will always find a way to love you, babe.
So we've got the first bit down. They're all covered nicely with the excess soil that was up here. It made sense to just dig that down and get it over there. Theo is just going off to get a load more of the concrete beams because they've worked really well.
You are my favorite place to go. You're at the end of my favorite road. Above the rest, you're the best I know.
It's back to looking a bit funny again because, like I said, it's hard to tell on camera, but this is the side that's lower. So we put a whole load. I think this is the final amount that we have of the concrete beams. So it's really good to be able to actually use them all. This side is just really hard compacted earth. And now this is almost level. Theo's just gone over and he's going to get a load of some old contaminated sand that we had from when we first started the build. It's full of Fernando's poos, plants and things and stuff that's growing in there, so it may as well just go down here. It will be perfect for this.
As you can see, things are going really well. It's a long, slow process, to be fair, because it really wasn't level at all, but our property is not flat at all. It's on a complete slope, so whenever you want to flatten out an area, it takes a while, but it's looking good. We've used them concrete beams and they've worked really nicely. Then we put a layer of dirt, then a layer of sand, then we put more beams and some more sand, and then over here we've created, with some big stones and dirt, a nice bank, and also I bashed some rebar into the sides of the concrete beams so that this can't go anywhere. So we've created a nice little area that's basically ready now for the gravel. Once we put the gravel on there, we can level it all out and it's pretty much ready then for the shed.
I'm always looking for that light in the shadow. Always been wandering through darkness. I'm always listening for a sound to follow, waiting for something to begin. Waiting for something to begin. I miss the mountains and I miss the oceans. Yeah, I miss the city and you.
So here we have it, Theo walking around on the finished area. It looks really good and it's nice and flat compared to how it was this morning when we first started. And what we're going to do is we're going to have bricks on each corner that's going to support the frame of the shed, because the shed doesn't actually have a floor, so this will be the floor, so it's totally perfect for that. And I'm excited to get the shed up and in place.
I'm absolutely knackered after all that groundwork, so I'm just taking a minute, chilling out in the transfer box of the tractor. It's actually very comfortable. But that's a big area that we've flattened out today. We've got rid of all of them concrete beams. I don't know what to call them. Concrete beams is what I'm calling them. But it's good to get rid of all of that stuff in the ground. You can't see it. So we've created and freed up some space by the house. So it looks a little bit more tidy now. And we got a nice flat area for our shed. And I'm excited because this means once we take down the sauna tent, I can start laying out and fully planning my epic carport that's going to go there, which is going to house the UTV, the tractor, the truck, our car. So it's going to be quite a unit.
Now that's done, I'm going to go and walk the goats, which is probably my favourite part of the day. So thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you've enjoyed our video. Don't forget to follow us over on Instagram. We are The Indie Projects, and if you want to, you can also join us on Patreon, where you get access to our videos early and lots of other goodies. So see you on the next video.